Hello and welcome to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner, and I have two very special guests with me here today. We have Tyrone Washington and Tyler Washington of Lake Taylor High School as we celebrate the outstanding 2018 graduates. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you. Double the fun. You're twins. I'm still trying to look at you two and see what's the difference. So you're fraternal or you are?
Fraternal.
Fraternal twins. I think you're identical, but you say fraternal. Okay, I'll take that. So great to have you on the show today. How long have you all been? You both can answer this question. How long have you both been in Norfolk Public Schools, and what schools did you attend? I'll start with you, Tyrone.
We've been in Norfolk Public Schools for 12 years. We started in Ingleside Elementary, then we eventually went to Lake Taylor Middle School, and now we're currently at Lake Taylor High.
So, did you like elementary and middle school?
Elementary was easy, but we started experiencing more in middle school.
So, graduation time is almost here. What has it taken for you both to get to this moment? I'll start with you, Tyler.
I had a lot of ups and downs in elementary, but then when we got to middle school, I think athletics really helped us in middle school.
What about you, Tyrone?
I agree with athletics. It kept us on track, and also we had our mother in that year helping us out.
How has athletics really kept you guys on track? Is it your coach or coaches?
This is one important special person that we met in 7th grade that really got us here to Lake Taylor. We posted at 10 Booker T. His name is Derek Edwards. He was our coach from middle school all the way to high school. He's our current coach now, and he helped us with grades, anything off the court, and then helped us on the court.
What about you, Tyrone?
I mean, he played as a father figure for us, and pop up at our classes, check up on us, check up on our grades, even when our parents was busy working. So yeah.
And that's important to have that role model, that mentor to keep moving you forward. So what are your plans once you graduate from high school?
So after high school, we are both together joining the military, Marines.
That is awesome. You're going down and join together.
Yes.
I know your parents are proud of you.
Hopefully the buddy system.
Yeah, we in the buddy system.
Why'd you make that decision to go to the Marines?
With the Marines recruiter, he was the one that popped us, came to our house, taught us, so I thought it was just a wish from God. That was our route. No other branches came to us besides the Marines, so I just followed God's plan.
So they got lucky, they got
blessed.
They got lucky. They got double the pleasure. That is awesome. So how has Norfolk Public Schools prepared you for life after graduation, Tyler?
As far as preparing us, I think they did everything they can, starting with the counselors, the teachers. Then we took the direction to join basketball. So I think the older figures, they really helped us out.
Definitely counselors.
Yeah, counselors, to be honest.
Middle school and high school.
Middle school, high school counselors, and the teachers in middle school really helped us out.
Right, and you also participated in an award-winning team. Tell me about your basketball win.
It was it was wonderful experience for us. Being the first team to win a basketball 4A state championship was wonderful.
And even going back to last year when we lost, we had a lot of people around us that was negative energy, but it was good to finish strong in our last year in high school.
Right. So tell me about some of your experiences with your courses throughout your time here at NPS. And you mentioned one person one time, but who are some of the people that really shaped who you are today?
Starting from middle school, it was his English teacher, Miss Frank. She wasn't even my English teacher, and just because I was his twin, she would come check on me and help me out and get me right. And
that's great. What about you, Tyrone?
Miss Edwards, which is both our counselors, she's on us every single day. If we late, showing up at 7:24, she's on us, keeping us on track.
And that's a good thing. So what type of courses did you like? What was your favorite course?
My favorite course was algebra, geometry, and pre-calc. Now I took AP Calc this year, so AP Calc was tough, but I like the beginning stages of math. That was really fun for me.
What about you, Tyrone?
I'm kind of relatable to his, but chemistry and physics was mine too, because it sort of had math in it. But yeah, with the many experiments and stuff.
And it's funny because we were chatting before the show, and I understood that somebody had 3.5, but then Tyler says you have a what? A 3.7.
Yeah, that kicks me every day. They had 3.7. I got 3.5. Yeah.
Why is it y'all don't compete
No, we
against
don't
each
compete.
other, do you?
No. I just look up to him because he's an older brother, and I wish I could be like
Yeah,
him.
but it's really a friendly, competitive thing.
Yeah.
You said older brother. What? He was born before you?
Yeah, he's the oldest.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. So what do you want our viewers in the community to know about the education you received here at Norfolk Public Schools? You can start, Tyler.
The education I received here is wonderful because it started from 7th to 8th grade that they gave us high school classes and courses that helped me shape me into the person I am now. As far as grades in 9th through 12th, that was just easy because they really helped us out in middle school.
What about you?
It's the same as any other school with the education. Any classes you need to take, they provide them for you. Any career options you want to explore, they have them for you. And also with the athletics, of course.
Yeah, so you did athletics and other activities too. I understand you were in ROTC. How was that experience?
ROTC, coming from middle to high school was a good experience. But it was challenging in 9th grade because you have to wear a uniform. You can't wear certain clothes during school. You got to take earrings out. You got to be on time for class, and they be really on you. So they give you a lot of responsibilities coming from middle school to high school.
So what advice would you give underclassmen about education and pursuing their goals as you guys are currently doing?
Education starts in elementary, being on the right track. You don't want to be that junior, senior that's trying to get it together. The reason why we have the academic success we have will start from mainly 6th grade.
Yes,
6th grade, because you start to have more classes, and then once you get on the track, it's hard to get off.
What do you say, Tyler?
My advice is from 9th grade, really 9th grade, middle school, but 9th grade really start exploring your options and just seeing what you like and don't like. Because I feel I wanted to take band. I didn't take any other thing. I just stayed on basketball and just the course, but just try to do anything like culinary. Even ROTC, a lot of people don't join ROTC because they're not in district, because they're in district. We weren't in district, so we was forced to join ROTC. So I'm glad that helped out like that. But even if you're in district, just join ROTC and start exploring your options.
Great advice. Great advice. Congratulations. You want to share something else?
Oh yes, and one more thing, Captain Garrett. I just want to thank him for everything he has done for us. He's part of the reason why we joined the military. Even though he probably upset that we going to Marines, because in JRGC, we're not upset, but Navy is probably what we was talking about the whole 4 years, but really him.
Captain Garrett. And you have a great basketball coach too with Kenny Brown.
All right. Last say the best for last. Coach Kenny Brown. You just go. You don't got anything.
Coach Brown.
Everything.
Is you the same.
Yeah, same as Coach Derek Edwards. They both really been there for us. Even Coach Todd Matthews, assistant coach. Coach Joe. I just want to shout everybody out. But
Coach Jones.
Coach Jones, yeah, they really helped us out. First thing with any other of our coaches was academics. That was the first thing. Anything on the court, it starts off the court, academics.
And then after academics, it goes to your personal life.
Yeah, like personal life.
What you're dealing with outside of school and basketball. And then it's basketball last.
Yeah, basketball is always last.
Awesome. I am inspired, and I think our viewers at home are going to be inspired by you, doubly inspired by you. Congratulations on your basketball championship and your future career goals in the military, in the Marines. Congratulations, gentlemen. And thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And we want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Today in the studio, we're going to talk a little bit baseball. And we have the head coach, Larry Gordon, from Maury High School. Coach, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Coach, let's get right into this and talk about the season. What are your feelings to this point on how the season's going?
We had a good season. We ended the season 17-3. Leadership was great. Have 8 seniors. We started the season, exactly how it should. It always takes a little bit of time, but once we started rolling, I think we won our last 12 straight, is what it was, and we were pretty much clicking. So I call it a success based on what we've worked on in the past, and I think we're doing really well.
So I mean, you're in your third year at Maury High School, so you talked a little bit about success, but what are the keys to success in building a program?
In my opinion, especially in high school baseball, it's all about leadership and having certain guys to be able to take the reins and say, hey, this is how it's going to be. And again, with 8 seniors who have been, with 2 of them who've been starting since they were freshmen, it was, building that was a little bit, I don't want to say easy, but they made it easy. They made it easier in terms of, hey, the younger guys, bringing them along, the ones who have talent especially, and getting them to understand, this is the way we're going to do things. When you get them all to buy in, that makes the program that much better. And then everybody else who's following back, they want to be a part of it. You get 8th graders who are coming in as 9th graders. They see the way they're doing it, and they want to do it that way. And I think it just breeds success for sure.
Okay. So you mentioned you had those 8 seniors. So expectations from the coaching staff, and then maybe even talking to your players, what were the expectations, and have you met those?
So internally in our program, our expectations were high because we knew, we kind of felt like we knew what we had. We had a shot, and we weren't talking about just a playoff run or whatever. We said we told ourselves we're going to take this as far as we want to take it. I think on the outside, I think guys who are in it, they didn't know how quote unquote good we were going to be. But on the inside, we definitely, our expectations were high. Coaches from our perspective, we said we could go as far as we want to go, guys. Okay. I mean, we really believe that. We really believe that.
All right, well, Coach, we had a chance to talk to some of your players, and so let's hear what they had to say. Patrick, talk about this is your senior year and how well this team has performed.
We've been doing great. We've been going hard since the first game, and this is everything we've wanted this whole season, and I think we're ready to go.
All right. I mean, you're the #1 pitcher. What's that feel like? What kind of pressure does that put on you when you go out on mound every day?
I feel no pressure. Just go out there, throw strikes, just me and Bobby.
You've been on this team since you were a freshman and starting. Going into your senior year, what were your expectations?
States. Going into this year, I knew this is the best team I've played on in 4 years, just from a chemistry aspect, talent aspect. I knew that this team is something special. We're different this year, and I think we really got a lot to work with this year.
At what point of this season did you know, hey, we got something special here?
As soon as we took the first fall practice, I was able to realize that this is the group of guys that myself and the rest of the seniors are going to lead to something big this year.
This coaching staff's in their 3rd year. So talk a little bit about Coach Gordon and how he's developed this team.
Ever since he stepped up, he's played a big role and led the team, and he's brought on a ton of good coaches, a ton of talent. They've definitely helped us out, and we've definitely taken advantage of that.
As captain, that brings on leadership. So how do you feel about leading this group?
I love it. They make it real easy. Sometimes we got a little tough spots, but just the fact that we're all so close and so tight, it makes it so easy. And I mean, whatever I say, they're always right on it, ready to do it. So it makes it real easy for me and helps out the team a lot.
Coach, let's talk about some of your key players and who has led this team to the success they've had so far.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, I'll talk about the seniors specifically. Patrick Rogan has been a 3-year starter on the mound. Maybe he's lost, and I obviously don't have the stats here, but maybe he's lost 3 games in his career so far, and he's just been lights out and great for us every year. Our senior captain, who's been our captain for 2 years, Bobby Heff, behind the plate. He was actually he's been forced behind the plate. He was forced behind the plate because we lost a catcher, and since he took over the role, he's been, I mean, just outstanding. All the guys look to him for the leadership, for the guidance, and he's a great leader for us. And then we have a freshman this year who came in, Kennedy Jones, who led the team in hitting. He was just literally exactly what we needed in the middle of the lineup, and he's played great. And obviously, again, I think because of the senior leadership, he's brought his game up to be able to really be good and help us out. And then one more senior was Ryan Petrillo, who, again, he didn't start until the middle of last year, but once he got into the lineup, he's done everything that he can to stay in it, and he's been great, hitting over 400 this year as well.
Okay.
So it's been, again, the senior leadership, and then mixing a couple more, that's the recipe for success for us.
All right. So, with that, the success of the season, there's always a big game during the year.
Sure.
And in Norfolk, it's Granby High School for Maury, and for Granby, it's versus Maury.
Absolutely.
So we were able to move that game to Old Dominion, whether people like that or not, but it was a great atmosphere.
It was.
So talk a little bit about that game and just why is it such a big rivalry?
Well, I mean, first of all, what a game that was, man. That was a great game. That was really fun to be a part of. I think the rivalry goes back to, even from when I played, and I think everybody knows I'm a Granby High graduate, and I played there as well. But it's just, for whatever reason, it's just, that they are our rivals. And for us, we haven't beaten them in, I think I said 2013 in the beginning, but actually I think it was 2012 before we even went to the new stuff and all that. So it's been a while since we've been able to be on the winning side of a game like that. And then again, the atmosphere and the fact that Granby is so good. I mean, in my opinion, for my money, especially in Division 6, they are the best team out there, man. And to be able to go out there and number one, compete with them, and then obviously come out with a win against such a good team with a bunch of very good athletes, D1 athletes that are going to play college ball. It just shows, again, the success of our program. And I think I said it as well. We're good too. That's what it is. We're good too. And to be able to go out there and show it on a big stage like that, my opinion, probably the biggest game, in the area this year. Just in terms of the two teams that we're playing, then and also, the ramifications of it as well. It was just huge, and it was great for our program for sure.
Okay, so obviously that's a huge game, and we have one team at high caliber or we have two teams. But looking at other districts, how does Norfolk baseball and Maury, and you can plug Granby a little bit, how are we stacking up against the Beach Powers, the Southeast, which is known to have some of the better baseballs, so that state champions come out of those districts?
I mean, we're working hard towards it. I think it starts at it definitely starts at the lower levels, and I think the more that we are getting our younger guys involved in the higher levels of baseball, because let's be real, that's what they do in the Beach, and that's what they do in Chesapeake. They get them to where they're playing a very high level of baseball at the younger age, and that filters up into, so the big games that we have at ODU, they've been playing those big games, since they were, 8-10 years old or whatever it is. So I'm not saying that, we should blow it all out of proportion with a bunch of 11-year-olds, but I am saying that the way that we are trying to progress Norfolk baseball, and I feel like I'm trying to have a part in that as well, with the middle school program, whatever I can do for those guys, and even younger, with any of the travel ball teams that are, in the little leagues that are in our area, if they need us to come out, they want us to come out and do things in terms of camps or whatever the case may be, we're always willing to do that. But that's where it starts, and I think we're stacking up pretty well. Obviously, you can see, we got two teams that are in the top 10 in the area. And we're playing big games. We got, we're both going to regionals, things like that. So, that hasn't happened a lot in the past. You know what I mean? So, if we can continue on that kind of path, I think we'll build it up to where we can be really compete with them year in and year out. Okay. I think that's going to happen.
All right. Well, Coach, a lot of good information. Again, want to wish you success. Thanks for coming in.
No problem. Thank you.
More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I have two more special graduates with me today. I have Schaefer Labrie and Elijah Pera of Granby High School, and you are two of our outstanding 2018 graduates here with Norfolk Public Schools representing Granby. Welcome to NPS Now.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you both on the show, and so we're going to learn a little bit more about you. So Schaefer, I'll start with you. How long have you been with Norfolk Public Schools, and what other schools have you attended?
I've been with the Norfolk Public School systems for 4 years now through all of high school, and then I was at St. Patrick Catholic School for most of my lower and middle school education. And I was at David Glasgow Farragut in Rota, Spain for 3 years of that.
I bet that was exciting.
It was a lot of fun.
Well, you both are international because Elijah Parrott, tell us a little about you.
I'm from Alaska. Yeah.
You're from Alaska, so you went to school in Alaska?
Yeah, I went to school 2 years in Alaska and then 1 year in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when did you come here to Norfolk Public Schools?
This year.
This year. So your senior year, you came here to Norfolk Public Schools?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sure that's a powerful story coming from Alaska. Different change in weather.
Yeah, definitely.
So guess what, guys? Graduation is almost here. It's in the air. What has it taken for you both to get to this moment? We'll start with you, Schaefer.
A lot of perseverance, I think, a lot of hard work, a lot of just kind of going and getting things done when they need to be done, I think.
What about you, Elijah?
A lot of hard work. Definitely.
What type of challenges do you think you face coming here from Alaska in your senior year?
Well, I had to make all new friends again, just kind of like restart my entire thing.
So academically, what did you have to do to get to graduation?
I had to do a lot.
What are some of the stuff you had to do?
I had to do a lot of classes on Grad Point and make up a lot of stuff and do requirements that are meant here instead of Alaska. So
Yeah, and I'm sure it was a difference.
yeah, it was a big difference.
Yeah, yeah. So what are your plans, both of you, for after high school?
So I plan on attending Virginia Tech, and there I'm going to study systems biology, which is kind of a combination of computer science and biology and all the other kind of different sciences lumped into one.
What about you, Elijah?
I'm joining the Navy straight out
joining
of high
the Navy.
school. Yeah, I'm going to Alaska for the summer and then coming back here and then joining the Navy.
So what made you want to join the Navy?
Well, my stepmom joined the Navy from Alaska, and it just really kind of inspired me to turn my life around a little bit. And
That's great.
Yeah.
Great examples. That's great. So how has Norfolk Public Schools prepared you for life after graduation, Schaefer?
Well, for one, it's kind of taught me how to interact with different people and how to kind of get to know different people from different lifestyles, I guess, and also the study habits and work habits that are required, I think, after school.
How do you think in this year Norfolk Public Schools has prepared you for life after graduation?
Definitely, like a lot of the people that I met during the time I was here, like they just kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and like the big school just kind of
Yes.
let me see it.
Yeah, so how has teachers and counselors helped you and guide you through this year? What are some of the things they had to do to get you to this point?
All of my teachers and all my counselor, they helped me a lot, and without them, I don't know what I'd do, honestly.
Did you have to stay back, or did you have to do some extra work?
I've had to do a lot of extra work. I never stayed back because I've had soccer all year, so.
So you play soccer?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So what other extracurricular activities do you participate in?
I just play soccer.
You play soccer. What about you, Schaefer?
I played football for 4 years on the varsity squad, and then I do Model UN and Scholastic Bowl, and I play lacrosse at Maury since we don't have a club team at Granby.
Oh, well, that's great. You cross over. I wonder, how is that? How's that relationship?
Luckily, I was kind of already friends with the people on the team, but they still
Awesome.
gave me some trouble every once in a while about it.
They make you wear a Maury shirt. Oh, so which
They
one
did.
are you, Maury, a Commodore, or a Commodore, or a Comet? Hey, say it's beginning, COM,
There we
right? Okay, so tell me about some of the courses and experiences throughout your time here that has helped shape you into the person personally that you are today.
Well, in the International Baccalaureate program, I've had to go through a lot of rigorous classes in terms of both schoolwork and kind of the content being learned. So I had to learn kind of good study habits and a good work ethic to accomplish that, something that I kind of lacked, I think, coming into high school.
And for you, Elijah, like I said, this year was a zip for you because you began with a certain amount of credits and then you had to increase it to get to this point. What was some of those courses and experiences that you went through?
Well, I definitely had to do a lot of work because I came here with 9 credits and ended up graduating this year. So I just had to work really hard in all my classes, and all my teachers helped me out a little bit.
Right. Any favorite teachers?
I like all my teachers, honestly.
All your
So,
teachers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They
had to
all-
hit the ground running.
Yeah. I had to really work hard.
Yes, you did, and congratulations to that too.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give an underclassman who about education and pursuing their goals, Schaefer?
I would say you should look at education not as a requirement, but as an opportunity, I think, as something that has been given to you, I think, so that you can take full advantage of it.
Right. So what advice would you give an underclassman? Because you're really running and gunning
Yeah.
it. That you really turned this year around. What advice would you give?
I would just say never give up, because no matter the hole you're in, you can always get out of it if you work hard enough.
So tell our audience, our parents and our community and other students, what education you received through us and from Norfolk Public Schools and how that empowered you.
I think Norfolk Public Schools gave me an education that is really going to prepare me for whatever it is that I might want to do next in life. And I think that's something that kind of applies generally to people.
What about you?
Well, Norfolk Public Schools definitely opened my eyes a lot, because it's a bigger school and it's just kind of like diversified, like what I'm used to, I guess. So.
That's interesting. So why did you choose Granby coming from private school?
So I chose Granby for one because I knew I wanted something that was a little bigger than the school that I'd gone to, somewhere with more people. But I also kind of liked the small classroom setting, and the International Baccalaureate program at Granby kind of offered that, where it was kind of, you still had classes with everyone in the school, but there was also kind of a core group of students that you knew that you could kind of relate to through the kind of difficulties of the program.
And when you were coming from Alaska, you had a smaller class size,
Yeah.
and then you came to Granby with, how many students are enrolled at Granby? Over 2,000?
Something like
Around
that.
there.
How did that feel coming from a smaller population to a larger population?
It felt really overcrowded.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you adjust to that?
I just kind of adjusted and just adapted to it, just trying
Right.
to finish high school.
Well, you both are an inspiration, especially you two, Elijah. You really came here from Alaska and turned things around, and congratulations on graduation
you.
for both of
Thank
you.
you.
And best of luck to your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS, Channel 47, or you can view us online at www.mpsk12.com. If you have any great story ideas or information you'd like to share, email us at nps_news@mpsk12.com. Again, we want to thank you for watching NPS Now.